Welcome, beautiful soul, to your weekly intuition forecast. This is a sacred space to simply be, to listen, to feel, to align with the natural flow of your week ahead. No need to do anything, no pressure to change or fix. Just receive these energies as gentle whispers from the cosmos, inviting your spirit to awaken and trust the journey unfolding. This forecast is based on your rising sign, the lens through which you meet the world. If you don't know your rising sign, your sun sign can also offer deep insights and resonances. Let's begin, and may you find comfort and clarity in every moment. This forecast is based on your rising sign, but if you don't know it, your sun sign can still hold powerful clues. There's a hum beneath your week, Aries. It's not loud. It's not urgent. But it's consistent, like a steady pulse in the soil before a bloom. This week, your third house is lit up by the sun in Gemini. Expect your thoughts, words, and conversations to become mirrors. Who you talk to and what you say will echo back truth. You might find yourself saying something casually, only to realize later that was a message for you. Watch for that. With Mercury in Cancer in your fourth house, thoughts are flowing into the roots. Your past, your lineage, your emotional home, they may call you inward. If you suddenly feel the urge to clean a drawer, look through old photos, or cry without reason, let it happen. That's the medicine of this week moving through you. Venus and Uranus are shaking up your second house of value. If money shifts, if desires surprise you, or if you suddenly feel different about what matters, you're not broken. You're realigning. It's your soul remembering what's truly worth your energy. Mars just shifted into Virgo, into your sixth house, bringing attention to the body and routines. If you've been ignoring something physical, this week it gently taps your shoulder. Not to punish, but to bring you back into devotion with your own form. The full moon in Aquarius activated your 11th house recently, and you may still feel its echo. Something about your role in the larger web, your communities, or your hopes for the future, has been gently lit from within. If you've been seeing 1111 or having dreams with people you haven't spoken to in years, these are signs that you're being reconnected to something vital. Chiron and Saturn in your first house ask nothing more than presence. You don't need to heal everything this week. You don't need to strive. But if you've been waking up with the same thought, over and over, that might be the place to place your attention, softly. If you have been feeling pulled in two directions, between staying safe and speaking freely, that tension might loosen this week. Not because a choice becomes easier, but because you begin to trust the sound of your own voice. You're not behind. You're not late. You're on time, divinely, mysteriously, perfectly on time. This message is felt most clearly through the rising sign, but if you're a Taurus sun, listen with your heart. Your body will know what's meant for you. There's a low hum moving through you this week. It's like a familiar song just starting to play, one you can't yet name, but your body already remembers. The sun in Gemini activates your second house, the part of you tied to self-worth, embodiment, and all things material. You may notice yourself feeling more aware of your value, not in a proud or boastful way, but in a deeply grounded, almost sacred way. You no longer asking for proof, you remembering what you have always known. Mercury and Jupiter now light up your third house, and this means you may start seeing or hearing signs in the everyday, street names, repeating numbers, overheard phrases that speak directly to what you've been holding inside. If your hands have been restless, write. If your thoughts feel tender, let them soften you. This is a week where your mind wants to be held, not managed. Venus, your ruling planet, is now in your sign, and so is Uranus. That's a powerful pairing. In your first house, this brings unexpected awakenings through the body. A haircut, a craving, a change in style or pace, these aren't superficial urges. They're your soul shifting shape. Let yourself be surprised by yourself. If mirrors feel different this week, trust it. Mars, freshly in Virgo, enters your fifth house of joy, romance, and creation. This could awaken creative energy, or stir something passionate and playful. Not everything that moves you has to make sense right away. Let yourself flirt with the feeling before you name it. The moon's passage through Pisces and Aries lights up your 11th and 12th houses midweek. You might dream more vividly. You may feel both more connected to the collective and more aware of your private interior world. If you suddenly feel nostalgic or a wave of déjà vu rolls in, it's not a mistake. You're being shown what still lives inside you. Saturn and Neptune in your 11th house are helping you refine the dream, but not by planning. Just by trusting. The people who feel like home, the visions that don't leave, they matter more than the steps right now. And if you've been seeing butterflies, feathers, flickering lights, they're signs you're not alone in what you're becoming. This week, you're not meant to chase or fix. You're here to remember. And what you're remembering was never truly lost. This reading speaks most clearly to the rising sign, but Gemini suns, listen closely. If it resonates in your chest or your thoughts pause to feel, it's for you too. This week, the light is on you. The sun finishes its journey through your first house, illuminating the space of identity, embodiment, and presence. You're not being asked to define yourself, you're simply being seen. You may notice the world responding differently. You may feel different in your skin. It's not a performance, it's permission. With Mercury, your ruler, now swimming through Cancer in your second house, your inner voice may feel more emotional, more gentle. There's value in what you feel, not just in what you know. Words may come slower but land deeper. You may notice yourself craving softness, nourishment, safety, not just stimulation. Jupiter joins Mercury here too, and this brings subtle abundance, not always in cash or gifts, but in affirmation. In timing. In signs that arrive right when your heart needs them. You might find an answer in a place you weren't even looking. Venus and Uranus stir in your 12th house, bringing beauty and disruption to your inner world. Unexpected dreams, unplanned memories, or sudden desires to withdraw may visit you. These aren't glitches. They're signals. Even restlessness serves a purpose. You're tuning into timelines beyond your thinking mind. Mars has just entered Virgo, activating your 4th house, the roots, the body, the home. You may feel a pull to tend to your space, your ancestry, or even your inner child. Movement may come through rearranging furniture, cleaning, or cooking. Not to fix, but to feel at home again. If emotions rise from nowhere, let them come through. They're older than you, and you're strong enough to hear them now. The moon moves from Aquarius into Pisces, then Aries and Taurus, lighting your 9th through 12th houses. There's a mystical quality midweek, especially when the moon meets Neptune and Saturn. You may receive clarity through something symbolic, a bird crossing your path, a phrase in a song, a forgotten item that turns up just when you're thinking about someone. Pay attention. Life is whispering. And as the week closes, the sun enters Cancer, and your energy shifts inward. You're returning to your body, to your values, to what matters when the noise fades. If you've been seeing water imagery, the number 2, or hearing lullaby-like melodies, these are signs you're entering a more nourished version of yourself. There's nothing to prove this week. You are already becoming what you have always known, and that knowing is beginning to shine through. This forecast channels most clearly through your rising sign, but if you're a Cancer sun and it resonates in your chest, it's speaking directly to you. The week begins in a cocoon. The sun, still in Gemini, illuminates your 12th house, the space of endings, dreams, and spiritual integration. You're in the final stretch before solar rebirth. This is not a time to push. It's a time to dissolve. You're not fading, you're preparing. If you've been feeling distant, inward, or quiet, that's sacred. You're not off track. You're in between. Mercury and Jupiter have entered your sign, your first house, and that brings a slow, graceful return to self. There may be realizations this week that come not with lightning, but like warm rain, soft, steady, undeniable. Your voice is finding a new cadence. Your mind is reconnecting to your body. Even if it feels slow, you are arriving. Venus and Uranus in your 11th house stir your social field. Unexpected reconnections, strange synchronicities with others, or sudden inspirations around purpose may emerge. Trust the way certain people magnetize toward you. Not everyone will stay, but the ones who spark a deeper memory, a mission, a dream, they matter. Mars now moves into Virgo and enters your 3rd house, activating communication, short travel, and the way you translate your inner world outward. If you've been waiting to express something, in words, writing, or movement, it may now find release. Not from force, but because your nervous system finally feels safe enough to let it out. Midweek, the moon passes through Pisces and Aries, your 9th and 10th houses, casting light on your beliefs and visibility. A dream, a prayer, or an intention from earlier this year may show signs of becoming real. Let your beliefs stretch. You don't need to know the how, you just need to keep the light on. By Saturday, the sun enters Cancer and your season begins. The return. The bloom. The quiet strength of self-possession. This is not a dramatic unveiling. It's like remembering how to breathe. Like the tide finding shore. If you've been seeing shells, crabs, water ripples, or hearing lullabies or ocean sounds, these are signs your guides are near, smoothing your edges, softening your transition. You are not behind. You're returning. And the version of you arriving now carries lifetimes of wisdom in her bones. Let her lead. This reading channels most directly through your rising sign, but Leo suns, especially those born late in the season, may feel this one move straight through the chest. The sun, still in Gemini through Friday, lights up your 11th house, the realm of community, dreams for the future, and your connection to the collective field. You may be sensing which visions are no longer yours to carry, and which ones still feel golden and alive. This is a week of separating the genuine spark from the distractions. If a long-held dream starts to fall away, don't grip it. It may be clearing space for something more accurate. Meanwhile, Mars finishes its final degrees in your sign at the week's start, then enters Virgo, your second house of value and stability. Your fire is now being asked to slow, ground, and take form. There's a shift from expression to embodiment. You're being called to move deliberately, with care and clarity. If you've been thinking of securing a resource, redefining your worth, or refining your craft, this is the start of that realignment. Venus and Uranus meet in your 10th house of career and recognition. You may sense surprises here, sudden inspiration, a course change, or an energetic shift in how others see you. If you've been feeling like the universe has forgotten your name, this week may remind you that your brilliance isn't hidden, it's just ripening. Jupiter and Mercury are both in Cancer now, your 12th house, the unseen realm. Part of you is preparing for a new chapter that hasn't been named yet. You don't need to explain what you're feeling. You don't even need to understand it. Just make space to feel. The more you do, the more clarity will rise unforced. The moon moves through your 7th to 9th houses midweek, relationships, transformation, and higher truth. There may be moments where someone mirrors something profound back to you. It's not about them. It's about the insight they awaken. Even conflict, if it arises, can feel strangely clarifying. By Saturday, the sun enters Cancer, and your solar energy dips inward. This begins a quieter phase, not because you're fading, but because your inner world is preparing for ignition. This is the soul's inhale before the roar. You're not invisible, you're incubating. If you've been seeing lions, sunflowers, gold light, or hearing music from childhood, these may be confirmations that your inner light is aligning with a new purpose. You don't need to chase your spotlight this week. You are the light. Let it recalibrate. The world will feel you glowing soon. Virgo risings may feel this forecast like a deep exhale after a long breath held. If you're a Virgo sun, especially born in the first few degrees, the messages may land like a homecoming. The sun travels through Gemini until Saturday, activating your 10th house, the house of public life, legacy, and visibility. You may feel the universe gently nudging you into focus, showing you what wants to be seen, not through effort but through alignment. If you've felt overlooked or uncertain, notice this week who sees you without you asking. These mirrors are sacred. Come Saturday, the sun enters Cancer, lighting up your 11th house of future vision and soul-aligned community. You may feel the pulse of new dreams waking up in you. Quietly, at first. But with certainty. Something you've carried privately may now be whispering, it's time. Mars enters your sign on Tuesday. This is rare and potent. It brings drive, clarity, and physical energy to your first house of embodiment. But this isn't a call to force or push. It is more like your spirit re-inhabiting your form, remembering how powerful it is to move like you belong. You do. This entire week, your ruler Mercury travels through Cancer in your 11th house, softening your mind, guiding you toward connections that nourish rather than drain. You may feel more intuitive, more psychic, more attuned to undercurrents. Follow the subtleties. They hold the truth. Venus and Uranus continue their dance in your 9th house, the realm of belief and expansion. You may have moments of unexpected clarity, like lightning across your worldview. Something you once believed about your place in the world may suddenly fall away, and in its place, a freer truth emerges. The moon moves through your 6th to 8th houses, themes of service, release, and trust. You may find that the most sacred offerings this week are small, intentional, quiet. What you purify becomes power. What you surrender becomes freedom. By Saturday, the moon enters Taurus, a sign you often resonate with, and your 9th house becomes a sanctuary of peace. If you find yourself drawn to nature, or to rituals that feel ancient, don't question it. That's your inner compass aligning. If you've been seeing feathers, quiet animals, repeating numbers with sixes, or feeling tingles in your hands or feet, these may be confirmations that your nervous system is syncing with your spirit. That you are not just ready, you are already aligned. You don't need to do more. You just need to be fully in what you're already doing. That's where your real magic lives. This reading speaks most clearly to your rising sign, but Libra suns, especially those navigating crossroads, may feel the truth land like a gentle bell ringing in their chest. The sun moves through Gemini until Saturday, illuminating your 9th house, the realm of higher knowledge, wisdom, expansion, and soul journey. This is not about external travel. This is about the movement of your inner compass. Something in you is seeking deeper alignment with truth, not borrowed beliefs, not societal ideals, your truth. Midweek, Mercury and Jupiter in Cancer activate your 10th house, career, visibility, and your place in the world. There's softness here. A recentering. A return to the version of success that actually feels good. If you've been comparing your path to others, let this week realign your vision. You are not behind. You are in rhythm with something timeless. Venus, your chart ruler, is moving through Taurus, where she's most powerful, in your 8th house. This is sacred. Intimate. Transformative. There's beauty rising through your depths. If you've been moving through grief, endings, or uncertainty, know that Venus is guiding you not around those things, but straight through them, into grace. There may also be moments this week where money, shared resources, or emotional ties feel tender. Trust that anything surfacing is not to hurt you, but to free you. The freedom might be quiet, subtle, like an untangling. But you'll feel it in your body. Mars enters Virgo on Tuesday, moving into your 12th house, the space behind the veil. This can bring a powerful, yet gentle fire to your inner world. You may crave solitude, meditation, or dreams. Don't resist that pull. This is how your spiritual engine resets. You are not retreating, you are renewing. The moon journeys through your 5th to 7th houses this week, touching creativity, love, and relational truth. Something may be coming into balance in your connections. Not necessarily through words, but through subtle shifts in energy. Watch what returns to you when you stop reaching. By Saturday, the sun enters Cancer, and you may feel a gentle seriousness, a calling inward toward purpose. Your public presence is softening, ripening, refining. If you've been waiting for a sign about a next step, let this week be that sign, not in answers, but in confirmations. You'll know by what feels clean. If you've been seeing butterflies, hearing echoes in dreams, or feeling tension ease in your chest, these are signals that your heart is rebalancing. That you are safe to want what you want. You are not too much. You are not too late. You are in bloom, just beneath the surface. This guidance is tuned most closely to Scorpio rising, but if you be a Scorpio sun, especially in your later degrees, some of this may strike like a truth you've always known. The sun continues in Gemini until Saturday, lighting up your 8th house, the underworld of your chart. This is a space of endings, deep intimacy, shared energies, and emotional alchemy. If you've felt quiet, craving solitude, or even uncertain, you're not lost. You're in process. You are mid-transformation. And there's something sacred about not rushing it. Come Saturday, the sun shifts into Cancer and your ninth house, ushering in a gentle expansion. Where once things felt heavy or hidden, there may come a soft lightness. A shift in your beliefs. A sense of movement not through action, but through awareness. It may not be a big revelation, but it will feel true. Like the next page of a story you've been writing with the universe. Mercury and Jupiter also transit your ninth house this week, which may bring clarity or messages related to spirituality, publishing, teaching, or long-term vision. You may feel more open, more curious. Watch for symbols that show up 3 times, they're not coincidence. Their curriculum. Mars, your traditional ruler, moves into Virgo on Tuesday and into your 11th house of friendships, communities, and future hopes. If you felt unsure who really gets you, or what dreams are still real, this week may sharpen your clarity. People may fall away without conflict. Or arrive quietly without force. Either way, it's alignment. Meanwhile, Venus, a goddess of love and your 7th house ruler, continues in Taurus in your 7th house of partnerships. This is beautiful energy for connection, healing, and recommitment to what, or who, truly nourishes you. If there's been tension or distance with someone important, this week may begin amending, not through logic, but through presence. Through softness. The moon passes through your 4th to 6th houses, activating your inner foundations, your rest, and your service. You may feel waves of emotion rise from nowhere, connected to family, memory, or body. Let it. You don't need to label it. Just let it move. Your emotional system is cleansing itself. By Saturday, the moon enters Taurus in your 7th house, bringing a grounding calm to your connections. You may feel the pull to truly see someone, or to let yourself be seen. Either way, the field is safe. You've done the inner work to hold that kind of intimacy now. If you've been seeing eyes in dreams, hearing familiar voices in silence, or waking up at odd hours, your spirit team may be closer than usual. The veil is thin for you right now. You are not unraveling. You are remembering. And what's coming together now is more whole than anything you've held before. For Sagittarius risings and late degree Sagittarius suns, this week's whispers invite you to expand from the inside out, not by pushing, but by being. The sun stays in Gemini in your 6th house, the realm of daily rhythms, health, and subtle adjustments. This is your invitation to notice the small movements that often go unseen, the way breath shifts when you recalm, the pattern of thought that surfaces in quiet moments, the gentle nudges your body offers. These small signals contain deep wisdom. Mercury and Jupiter are moving through your 7th house of relationships and soul mirrors, inviting reflection on how your connections are expanding your worldview. There's no rush or demand here, only an opening. If certain conversations feel cyclical or repetitive, know they're peeling back layers so you can find new freedom in how you relate. Mars arrives in Virgo and your 9th house of exploration and higher learning midweek, stirring a more focused energy to your aspirations. You might find yourself driven to research, plan, or quietly prepare for a future leap. The energy is meticulous, patient, and precise, a good week to let intentions simmer rather than explode. Venus remains steady in Taurus in your 5th house of creativity and joy, bathing your heart in steady warmth. Playful moments, small pleasures, or creative sparks can feel like quiet affirmations of your deeper alignment. These soft joys are signposts, gentle reminders of your soul's path. The moon flows through your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd houses over the week, stirring your personal foundation, values, and everyday communication. You may feel waves of self-awareness rising naturally, like tides pulled by unseen forces. No need to analyze or fix, just observe and trust the rhythm. As the weekend arrives, the moon settles into Taurus and your 5th house, deepening your connection to the present moment's pleasures. You might sense a peacefulness in simply being, without agendas, without shoulds. This is your soul's invitation to rest into your own creative flow. If you've been noticing repeated symbols or signs around numbers, animals, or colors, these are gentle nudges affirming you are on the right path. Your intuition is quietly lighting the way. This week, the path is not about moving faster but about moving more deeply, into yourself, into your connections, into your true north. For Capricorn risings and late-degree Capricorn suns, this week unfolds as a soft unveiling, inviting you to lean into quiet strength and subtle shifts within your inner landscape. The sun lights up your fourth house of home, roots, and inner sanctuary in Gemini, encouraging gentle reflection on what truly grounds you. This is a week to feel your foundations without pressure, small moments of comfort, memories rising softly, or the quiet rhythms of your personal space. These sensations are your compass. Mercury and Jupiter in your fifth house speak to the creative heart and self-expression. Your playful spirit may find inspiration through art, music, or simply the joy found in little things. If you've been waiting for permission to let your light shine more freely, these energies softly affirm your readiness. Mars moves into Virgo and your seventh house midweek, activating a focused energy toward relationships and partnerships. It's a time for tending details, perhaps through honest conversations or thoughtful gestures. The pace remains measured, no need for leaps, just steady nurturing. Venus in Taurus steadies your third house of communication and connection, inviting ease in your everyday interactions. Warm exchanges, kind words, or moments of gentle listening can be unexpected gifts this week. The moon journeys through your 9th, 10th, and 11th houses, touching your dreams, public image, and community. You might sense a rising awareness of your place within larger circles, even if quietly. Trust the ebb and flow of this awareness without forcing outcomes. By weekend, the moon's presence in Taurus and your third house grounds you again in simple joys, small conversations, walks, or sensory pleasures. These moments are subtle anchors reminding you of your inner harmony. If recurring symbols or feelings appear, a phrase, a song, or a synchronicity, see them as gentle confirmations of your alignment. Your inner knowing is guiding you softly but surely. This week, embrace the power of stillness and subtlety. Your strength is woven through calm presence and tender care for your world, inside and out. For Aquarius risings and late-degree Aquarius suns, the week invites you to flow with the currents of your inner world, gently opening space for insight and quiet transformation. The sun shines in your third house of thoughts, daily rhythms, and close connections, casting light on how your mind and environment support your sense of freedom. This is a gentle call to notice the small shifts in your routines and conversations. They hold subtle keys to your growth. The moon spends the start of the week in your 12th house, a sacred space of reflection, dreams, and the unseen. Embrace moments of solitude or creative imagination, they serve as a balm, opening channels to inner wisdom. Feelings may arise quietly, no need to chase answers, just allow them to surface. Mercury and Jupiter in your fourth house deepen your connection to home, family, and emotional roots. Conversations or thoughts might revolve around nurturing your foundation, offering a peaceful reassurance that you are supported, even in change. Mars moves into Virgo and your sixth house midweek, bringing a focused energy to daily tasks, health, and self-care rituals. It's a steady momentum, inviting gentle discipline without strain. Small steps taken with care can ripple into lasting well-being. Venus in Taurus graces your second house, enhancing your appreciation for stability, comfort, and what you value. The simple pleasures of touch, taste, or beauty may carry extra meaning now. Allow yourself to savor these grounding gifts. As the moon travels through your first, second, and third houses by week's end, you're gently reminded to reconnect with your unique presence and voice. Your authentic self, quietly radiant, invites the world in. Notice if particular symbols or feelings repeat, they may be quiet affirmations from your inner guide, gently marking your path without demand. This week, trust the rhythm of stillness and gentle progress. Your insights bloom in quiet moments, and your strength grows in mindful presence. For Pisces risings and late-degree Pisces suns, this week is a tender invitation to honor your sensitivity and the depth of your emotional landscape. The sun in your second house highlights your values, resources, and self-worth. This gentle light encourages you to reflect on what truly grounds you, not just material things, but the essence of what feels sustaining and real in your life. Allow your intuition to guide your sense of security. The moon begins the week in your 11th house of community and dreams, stirring a quiet longing for connection that feels authentic and meaningful. Moments of shared understanding or simply being with kindred spirits can nurture your soul. Mercury and Jupiter rest in your third house, enhancing your inner dialogue and curiosity. You might find yourself reflecting more deeply on personal stories or subtle messages from your environment. Listen closely, your mind is weaving threads of insight. Mars in Virgo activates your fifth house, stirring creative energy, playful expression, and matters of the heart. This is a gentle boost, encouraging you to engage with joy and passion in ways that honor your emotional rhythm. Venus in Taurus blesses your first house, enhancing your natural charm and magnetic presence. You may feel more comfortable in your skin, glowing with quiet confidence that invites warmth from others. As the moon travels through your 12th, 1st, and 2nd houses toward the weekend, you're invited to balance solitude with self-expression, embracing both your mysterious depths and your radiant individuality. Watch for recurring symbols or feelings, they may be gentle confirmations that you are aligned with your path, moving in harmony with your inner truth. This week, flow with the tide of your emotions and creativity. Trust your inner compass and allow yourself the grace to feel deeply and shine softly. As we close this sacred time together, carry with you the knowing that these energies are present within you, guiding and supporting your unique path. There is no need to act, only to be, to allow the unfolding of your week with gentle awareness and trust. If you notice signs or synchronicities, a song, a word, a moment, know they are confirmations you are aligned with the greater flow. Thank you for sharing your presence here. May your days be filled with peace, light, and quiet magic.